Lennon, yeah.
Well, you remember the Beatles?
That's right, yeah.
Despite years in the spotlight as the Beatles became one of the most successful music acts of all time, frontman John Lennon once revealed that his post-Beatles period brought him the greatest joy. Now, his son Sean Ono Lennon has clarified his father's remarks from decades past. After forming in the 1960s and rapidly achieving global superstardom, the Beatles were considered the world's biggest musical phenomenon, though their journey together essentially concluded in the early 1970s when Paul McCartney departed the group. Now pursuing a solo career and residing in the U.S. with his wife, Yoko Ono, John performed 2 shows at Madison Square Garden in 1972 for the one-to-one benefit concerts, which raised money for children with disabilities. After those Madison Square Garden performances with his wife, he memorably declared, "That Madison Square Garden gig was the best music I enjoyed, playing since the Cavern or even Hamburg." However, during a conversation with John's son, Sean, on BBC Radio 6 Music earlier today, Thursday, 25th September, presenter Chris Hawkins questioned whether his father's post-Madison Square Garden remarks indicated that he had fallen out of love with music. Sean responded by suggesting there was a bit of a myth around that, explaining he believed his dad's statements were more about John having fallen out of love with a certain kind of fame. Diving deeper into the topic, he revealed his father's genuine feelings about the Beatles, explaining, "I think he'd fallen out of love with having to be part of the machinery of a pop machine. I think that was, even though he was always rebellious within that framework, I think that he still resented, having to be a Beatle in a way. I think he really wanted to move on from that, John's Madison Square Garden shows also showcased acts including Stevie Wonder and Yoko Ono, raising an impressive $1.5 million for charity. Following that period, John's public appearances became increasingly rare, with his final major concert occurring on the 28th of November 1974, when he took the stage alongside Elton John at Madison Square Garden. The performance allegedly happened after John honored a bet he'd made with Elton, promising to appear with him if Elton's "Whatever Gets You Through the Night" reached #1, which it ultimately achieved.